Hello and welcome again. Today I want to share with you about my little stint as an alchemist. Most people think of alchemists being in medieval times, but they were still in the 17th, early 18th century. People still practicing some of this stuff. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about is in this book here, The Modern Musketeer by Joshua Shope, and I've done a video on this book. Plus Joshua actually did one last month at Camden promoting this book. But while I was there talking with him, he was talking about a recipe that's in this volume in the second edition. And he transcribed it or translated it from a French, and I don't remember, he said, I think he was saying it was 1748, but I can't remember. We'll say a mid-18th century French cavalry manual for a recipe for a gun, well, a rust preventive. You could use it on other things other than guns, but tools and what have you. And according to him, he said in the extant source that he said it's supposed to be good for about 6 months. So I'll read you from the book on page 15. It says, one 18th century rust prevention recipe calls for melting 1/4 ounce camphor, 2 ounces of hog's lard together, blackened with black lead, which is modern graphite. Apply mixture to all iron parts, let set for 24 hours, then wipe it off. And that's it. I mean, it doesn't give a measurement for the graphite or anyway. So, lard, as you can see, this box of lard looks pretty rough. It's one I bought last year, and I've used it for various little projects. So it's been sitting out on my back porch, and as you can tell, the heat kind of melted some of the lard, soaked into the box. But it's not something I was consuming, so I wasn't worried about it, so I had it sitting out there. So I had a box of lard. Now, camphor, and one thing I didn't know until I actually started looking to buy some, was that one of its historic uses was as a rust preventive. So I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Anyway, Walgreens had some for like $1.49 for a 1 ounce cube, except it's not available in any of the stores in my area, and I would have had to order it. So 1 ounce, $1.49, that's not a bad price, but the shipping was going to be $5 and something. So I went on Walmart, actually Walmart's website, where they're trying to do like Amazon, and they had 4 of these little cubes, which is a 0.8 of an ounce. So I ended up getting 3.2 ounces, I think, if I did my math right. Anyway, and it was like $7 and I think 47 cents, something like it. Anyway, with tax, it came up to $8.17 with free shipping. So I got 4 of these cubes for a little over $8. And graphite, you can get it in like auto parts store. My son happened to have some, so I had him bring some over. He brought it in a little plastic bag, and I put it in this little pill bottle. And I can't tell you how much it is. So anyway, I took one of these cubes, I took and measured out by weight. I used my little scale that I use for my making gunpowder, weighed out 6 ounces of the lard. I put it in this glass container. It's an old canister, and you can see it's been sitting outside on my shelf, so it had dust on it, but it had never been used, so it was clean inside. So I took and set up a hot plate on my back porch. You might not want to do this inside. It does have an odor. The camphor smells, it's reminiscent of Vicks, but it's not as strong as like opening up a thing of Vicks Vapor Rub, which makes me wonder if you could use that as a rust preventative. Not something I'm going to try out, but just out of curiosity, hey, you know, would Vicks work for doing this? But anyway, so I put a small aluminum camping pot on my hot plate out on my back porch, put water in it, brought it to a boil, set this jar in there, put the lard in, melted the lard, and then I took one of my cubes like this and unwrapped it, and it didn't really smell all that strong but it has a Vicks type smell to it. And I put it in there and I sat it and I was waiting, and evidently because I was using water to not overheat the lard, in kind of like a double boiler, the camphor wasn't melting. So I fished it out. I took that pot off. I had another small, and these are old aluminum backpacking pots and pans that I've had. I mean, these are some from the 60s and 70s that I've had for a long time, and used to use them camping and stuff, which I haven't done any modern type camping in forever. I usually, when I camp, I'm doing 18th century and have 18th century gear. So this stuff hasn't been used in years, but I still have it. So I took a smaller pan, put the block of camphor, I fished it out of the lard, and I did put a little bit in the pan just to keep the pan from overheating, to coat the bottom of the pan. Melted the block of camphor in there. Then I mixed it, put it back in with this, and put this pot back on there and heated it to boil. Then I poured in some of the graphite powder, and this stuff's really, it'll get all over everything. This bottle's not full, it just looks that way because it's all stuck to the sides in there, because it has static. If you've ever worked with anything, like I said, the graphite powder, I was going to go to the local auto parts store and buy some. You can buy it in little tubes for like, I think it's about $7 or $8 for a little tube, roughly, I'm not sure. But anyway, I just sprinkled about maybe a teaspoon in there, and as you can see, it actually looks darker on the bottom. I may need to mix this some more. When I brought this in, it hadn't solidified up quite as much. Anyway, since it's really chilly outside, I set it outside to cool off, and it still took about an hour. But you come up with this goopy looking paste, or kind of like one of your if any of y'all had a grandma that would mix up like lard poultices and stuff, put stuff in lard and put it on bruises and what have you. It's kind of like that, and it does faintly smell of like a Vicks type smell. But anyway, you take this, you rub it on the metal parts of your gun, you let it set, and I will try and do that as a test maybe after the holidays, mix some up, and that way you can actually see how it does. But I will say this, Mr. Shope, when he was telling me about it, he showed me he had 2 muskets at Camden that he had left out the whole weekend. This was on Sunday before we left, and the one Brown Bess had a light coating of rust, and it hadn't been treated. So I mean, it's just a light rust that you have. If you're out and it's damp, your guns are going to pick up a little bit of rust, so you always have to clean them, wipe them off after an event. The other one was just smooth and slick. I mean, it didn't have a bit of rust on it. And I was impressed. I was like, I'm going to try that recipe. Just took me a little while to get the components together. So, and I will do another video later after I've actually tested it. I may get a piece of scrap iron out of my pile out by the forge and clean it up good, rub it down with this, wipe it off, and then leave it out and see how long it takes for it to rust. But that'll be for another video some other time. Anyway, I hope you found this informative. If it's something you'd like to do, I will put a link to Mr. Shope's website where you can purchase his book, or you can go just from what I quoted on the video. It's really easy. I mean, it's a 1/4 ounce of the camphor, and this is a 0.8 ounce block, so you make it up. I mixed this, so 3/4 of an ounce would take 6 ounces of camphor, of lard, excuse me. So that's what I mixed up. This is a 6 ounce batch of lard in here. And it should last me a while. And because I bought 4 blocks, 1 block's going to a friend of mine because he wants to try making some when I get it down to Georgia. And the other 2, I will, if this works out pretty good, I'll probably make me an extra large batch, because I plan on, if it works good, I will be coating all my guns in. As you can see, I have a collection of guns here, plus I have modern guns in other places in my house. So anyway, I hope you found this informative, and thank you for watching.